watching the India Development Debate. I'm Tamanna Inamdar. The CBI raids on the lawyers collective run by prominent Supreme Court lawyers Indira, Jaising and Anand Gover have been termed as an act of vendetta by opposition leaders and citizens groups. Both lawyers, who are husband and wife, have been associated with some of the most high-profile cases in the top court, ranging from the Section 377 judgment, the Sabrimala case, as well as the mercy petition for Yaqub Menon, to name just a few. The lawyer couple now claim that their legal work, and some of it that has questioned the Modi government's policies, is the reason for the CBI action. The CBI, meanwhile, has acted on a complaint from the Home Ministry that alleges foreign funds collected by their NGO have violated Indian rules. So is this a case of vendetta, or are there solid allegations that need to be probed? Joining us now to present both sides of the story are Supreme Court Advocate Sanjay Hegde and Advocate and BJP leader Hitesh Jain. Welcome to both of you. Sanjay Hegde, let me begin by asking you if it's fair to term this action as an act of vendetta.
Well, obviously, there is a long history to this government going after activists. It has gone after Teesta Setalwad, similar allegations about funds being diverted. On the activist side, there are similar defenses that every bit of paper has been turned over. There is no need for custodial interrogation and raids. But this government is obviously sending a message, and the raids on Indira Jaising have also to be seen with raids on other lawyers whom the government does not seem to like. We started off with Gadling in Maharashtra. We have Sudha Bhardwaj, who is still in prison, from Chhattisgarh, and now the targets are Indira Jaising and Anand Gover. And the government seems to have chosen to take on two very well respected senior advocates who practice today largely in the Supreme Court. You must also remember that Anand Gover has been appointed by the Supreme Court as the special public prosecutor in the 2G matter itself. Even today, after the raids, the Supreme Court has again appointed him as an amicus curiae in another matter. This government seems to think that it can throw the rule book, use the rule book to generally say, show me the man and I'll show you the law. And it is trying to cow down lawyers. I don't think this particular couple will be cowed down.
Yeah, okay, let me get Hitesh Jain in on it, because there is an allegation against the government which is stemmed by the BJP. Hitesh, is this a chilling message being sent to these lawyers who between them have worked on some really landmark cases, have towering reputations? Are they being targeted unfairly?
First, legitimate action against any wrongdoing cannot be called vendetta. It is a routine practice nowadays that you commit illegality and then claim political vendetta. When Supreme Court issued the notice against Indira Jaising in the month of May for violation of foreign exchange and other laws, at that time also she claimed that it is a vendetta because she raised the issue of sexual harassment against the Chief Justice Gogoi. So she claims vendetta every time. So it is very simple that you do a wrongdoing, then make some political slogans, make allegations against any political leadership, and then if any action is taken for wrongdoing against the organization, it is very simple that claim vendetta. When has vendetta ever been a defense in any proceedings? You have to judge the actions of the individual on the merits of the action. The charge is they have violated the foreign exchange laws, so they should explain that whether they have violated or not violated. In this country, we have the rule of law. Okay. The doors of courts are open, so they have every possible legal remedies. So I think instead of responding on the merits of the action, claiming that, oh, there is a status. So have we not seen in the past that even if a person has a certain status and standing in the society, they commit a crime? So can now, I mean, as Mr. Hegde is suggesting, do we use that status as a defense that no action should be taken if they have committed any wrong? I mean, we stay, this is where there is a rule of law, not a jungle law, as Mr. Hegde is claiming in this country.
I just want to go through the list of some of the allegations. Before I come to Mr. Hegde's response, let me just come to the list of some of the allegations that have been put forward against Indira Jaising and Anand Grover, and specifically against Lawyers Collective more than anything else. One is that there were violations of FCRA. In lieu of the foreign funding that the NGO received. That foreign funding was also stopped eventually. There are allegations that foreign contributions spent on air travel, boarding and lodging and local travel by Anand Grover, foreign contributions used for draft legislation meetings, dharnas and advocacy, some monies used in advocacy with MPs or the media to organize dharnas, etc. There's this whole list that we've put out for you as well. Sanjay Hegde, you're a man of the law. The logical question would be, if there is an allegation, if there is a complaint that has been filed, if there is an FIR, then let the law take its own course. Why should there be a cry for vendetta at the first stage of investigation?
Well, let's put it this way. We have today the Prime Minister who also faced an investigation in his time. I am sure we did not hear anything called vendetta at that point of time. We have a Home Minister who was denied bail continually. I am sure we did not hear anything called vendetta at that point of time. Now, ultimately, it is that when there is a government in office, when its investigating agencies show an extra vigor, these charges will obviously spring to mind. We have seen in the past also, with regard to other activists, or even with regard to other lawyers who were ministers in the Congress government, that some charge or the other is always levied on them. There is an investigation. That investigation is kept hanging like a Damocles sword. People are forced to run for anticipatory bail, and then it is claimed that this is the law taking its own sweet time, its own course. Well, the people of India are smart enough; they are watching.
No,
they watched it on one side; they'll watch it on the other side.
So, are you saying this is a tit for tat? Sanjay Hegde, your answer is very interesting, because you're drawing some kind of an equivalence between what was termed as political vendetta in previous regimes when the
as far as the allegations, there is no equivalence.
Yeah.
As far as the allegations concerned, there is no equivalence. But as far as the process, there certainly is. And you may also bear it in mind that in many of those cases as well, Indira Jaising at least appeared for the Union of India. Indira Jaising also appeared for the activists of that time. Who wanted criminal action to be taken.
The point I was making was slightly different. Mr. Hegde, the point I was making was slightly different. You mentioned cases that were going on during the UPA years against the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the day. And at that time, political parties on that side of the fence did say it was vendetta. Today, you have opposition MPs that also say it's vendetta. But I'm saying from a legal point of view, because this time round, the outrage is not just from opposition MPs. It is from the legal fraternity, it is from citizens groups, and it's being given a different color. If it is, as you're saying, just the same tit for tat, so in another regime we see a different set of people being targeted, now it's a different set of people being targeted, then it's in a very narrow political kind of an arena, isn't it?
Tamanna, I'm not drawing a tit for tat argument.
One minute, Hitesh, one sec. Let Sanjay answer that question before I come to you. Yes, Sanjay.
Yes, I'd appreciate no interruptions. See, the point is that in this subcontinent, there have always been cases which have been launched against those who are out of power. You only need to look across the border. You need to look at what happened with Benazir Bhutto or what is currently happening with Nawaz Sharif. That culture we tried to keep away from India, where the courts were resorted to seek vengeance against each other. However, that consensus has broken down.
Okay.
More or less, previously it was confined to the politicians, now it is spreading to the lawyers.
Okay, Hitesh, your response. Your response, because this narrative has gone on for a while, since 2014, in fact, that those who speak up or stand up against, the government's policies or are critical about the government's policies, especially social activists, NGOs, civil society, are being targeted. Should this case be looked at in that view as well? Because there has already been some legal background to this. This all started from 2015. Was there a need for CBI raids at this point?
Well, I think this activist come political stooge like Sanjay Hegde and all these people are confused people. He claimed in his statement
Tamanna, I will be walking off your
Amit
program.
Shah faced
If
the
you
action
cannot-
and they did not
They
did not claim any vendetta.
No, 1 minute. One second.
They did not claim any vendetta.
Hitesh, one second. Hitesh, I must ask you to restart your answer, because I don't think it's fair that you make a personal comment against Sanjay Hegde. I've invited him as a man of the law. You are also a lawyer and you also represented a political party. So let's
Answer
avoid
the issue, not the man.
No, let's avoid statements like political stooge, etc. Let's not go into that. But I think I'm giving both of you a fair chance. So please take your time and make your point, but let's avoid personal comments. That's a request.
Well, frankly speaking, there is no tit for tat, or I feel these people are all confused people. Sanjay Hegde was claiming that Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, they did not claim any vendetta. Rightly so. They faced all the inquiries, they faced all the investigation, and they did not claim as any vendetta or any action, and they faced all the investigation and actions that were thrown at them with all the courage, confidence, and in accordance with the law. They faced all the inquiries. They responded on the allegations of merit. Instead of claiming vendetta, they said that they are innocent, and they gave all the evidence in support of their actions, which people were complaining. Look at, contrast it with this case. What is the answer? These are all generally
Hitesh, of course vendetta was claimed. Hitesh, of course vendetta was claimed.
That happened.
1 minute.
Tamanna, allow me to complete.
Allow
me to complete.
No, you can
this
complete.
is very important.
No, you can complete.
You asked Sanjay Hegde very pertinent question.
Yeah.
Very pertinent question. Whether amounts was used to lobby. Now, what is the answer to that? There is no answer.
Hitesh,
there is
one
a
minute.
violation of
Hitesh,
FCRA.
you complete your answer. 1 minute. Hitesh,
No
complete
answer.
your answer. Complete it in peace. I just wanted to point out that political vendetta was claimed then and continued to be claimed well into the 2014 campaign, and it was positioned as that, the Modi government, Prime Minister Modi himself, Amit Shah himself, were targeted by the Congress government at that point. It also led to a lot of sympathy in their favor. So that is just the political history in perspective, but please do continue with the legal points you're making.
Yeah, so we answered on the merits of the action when actions were taken against our leadership also. We did not shy away from answering the actions on the merit. The charge is there is a violation of FCRA. The charge is the money was used for lobbying. The charge is misutilization of foreign exchange. Why are they not answering these charges? It is simple. They are lawyers. Legal remedies are available. They can go to the court. Now, how do they explain the action when the Supreme Court issued notice against Indira Jaising? They claimed vendetta against Chief Justice of this country also. I mean, on what basis? Every action that is taken against the wrongdoing, they claim vendetta. So, how do you believe such people?
Okay.
What is the answer on the merits? There is no answer on the merits. Only generic answer that subcontinent this happened.
Okay.
Pin them down. Tomorrow, Lalu Prasad, he is convicted. He will also claim there is a vendetta.
No, he has claimed it's a vendetta. Not will, he has already claimed it's vendetta, and that legal process is already on. So the two things do move parallelly in our history. But I think you have a pertinent point which I'm going to go to.
And he has been convicted in that legal process today. He is a convicted criminal.
No, one second. Sanjay Hegde, the point being about that these are top legal minds. Both of these are top legal minds. We should be hearing responses on the legalities of the claims as well. And largely on the legalities of the claim. Maybe it's premature to cry foul at this point in the investigation.
Listen, I don't speak for them.
Yeah.
B, there is something called a constitutional right of silence, which basically says, Mr. Prosecution, go ahead and prove your case. Right now, why is vendetta being claimed? It is being claimed primarily because, according to what I read about Indira and Anand, they have turned over every piece of paper to the investigating authority. Now, after having turned over, why do you need to come in and raid early in the morning the houses and the office? It is basically to tell everybody, look, ghar mein ghus ke marenge. The message is not only for Indira and Anand, the message is for the rest of the people in the country and for all the lawyers who may think of taking up clients who are inconvenient as far as this government is concerned. We get the message loud and clear. They may protest whatever they want, but it is not that the people of India are fools.
Okay.
The people are watching, the people are drawing their own conclusions. Now, where do we go from here? Indira and Anand have their legal remedies. But what about the rest of us who are watching? Do we simply stand by and say, oh, these are people in trouble, we don't like them as lawyers, we will not stand by them? That is exactly where a society or the lawyers' associations fail. If you stand silent when they came for Gadling and when they came for Sudha Bhardwaj, at least now that they have started coming for Indira Jaising and Anand Gover, this is time to speak up, or you might as well say goodbye to liberty in this country. Because there is that old saying that when a lawyer can refuse a brief in a court that he normally practices, then that is the moment that the liberty of the citizen is at an end. Today, if lawyers can be scared of briefs by such action on the part of the government, and if that is the government's intention, well, we are all looking at it and we will take our own recourse.
Okay. Last response from Hitesh Jain to that chilling message which Sanjay Hegde has put out. That is a perception that this government should really fight back against and should not allow it to be perpetuated.
Well, there is no problem against people standing with Indira Jaising or Anand Gover. It is their prerogative and their choice. Sanjay Hegde for past 5 years have been making allegations on the television debates. Plus, he appears against all the matter against the government. He is not being raided. I mean, idea is if there is any wrongdoing, then the questions are being asked. But then to make a generalized statement, every day in every alternate matter, Union of India is the opposite party. A government is litigant in 75% of cases. In more than, there are number of PILs that have been filed where allegations are made against the government. I mean, that is the beauty of the democracy. People have a right remedy to go to the court and they are welcome to go to the court. But then to say and generalize instead of answering on the actions and on the charges,
we don't know
yet. Just claim vendetta. I think people of India are watching and people of India understand such hypocrisy also.
Okay, so we presented both sides of the story, so people of India, or at least the ones who are watching this show, can come to their own conclusions. But this is an important case to follow because these are two top legal minds who have a really impressive body of work behind them. Does this mean that they can do no wrong? Well, absolutely not. So let's watch and see which way the legal action goes forward. Thank you so much, Sanjay Hegde and Hitesh Jain, for joining us on the debate this evening. We're taking a very short break. When we're coming back, India-US trade talks, the first round after all of those Trump Twitter tirades is taking place. Who will give in? Who will come out on top? What are the sticky issues? We're coming right back with all of that.